Sam, hey.
Hi.
Okay, I'm gonna challenge you. Photography challenge.
Okay, what you got?
Pick one from the cup.
Okay.
What'd you get?
I got headshots.
Headshots. Okay.
Who are we doing headshots of?
I guess we're gonna do me.
How long do we got?
1 hour.
Okay.
Okay, ready? Go.
With T-minus 1 hour, I have to go ahead and get all ready, take the headshots and edit them. I'm a little nervous, time's a little short, but let's go ahead, set up, light it, and get ready. So today I'm more interested in doing portraiture than headshots. So kind of keeping it in the same lane, but I want to take a creative vibe to it. So we'll go ahead and get our background light going on here. So I'm trying to just get a sense of the space. I'm really using this light back here to light the space overall. It's a little tricky with only an hour because I don't want to take too long lighting it, but I also want it to look good enough. I want to give this shot a little bit of flair. I want to do a little bit more than just traditional headshots, so portraiture. My thought with that is to give Jessica a little bit of zone to stand on, something to play with a little bit. What do we have easily accessible? Well, we got a lot of ladders in here right now, so have some ladders, pose with some ladders, do a little bit of work with that. We are 8 minutes into our time and I still am not fully lit, and nor do I have a model. Second big step is to set up our flash to get this key kind of going here. Great. So I got my Godox spot point flash right here. Just getting this quickly ready. This is the Godox MS300. It's a recent purchase that I made, so I'm glad I made this purchase just in time to do headshots. This is the time for me to remind myself, slow is smooth and smooth is fast. I think I know this.
Right now my goal is to not keep things clean, but to just get going. I can fix the gear shelf and gear room later, but we need to get going and get this challenge completed. Hopefully Jessica gets back pretty soon. We're nearing that time where we should probably get shooting.
Okay, I am rushing home to get ready and try and transform all of this and get ready for headshots.
I love challenges because they let you be creative and think on your feet, but also I hate the time rush, especially for something I'm not prepared for. The big step right now is getting the camera ready. We got everything all set up on the flash end now. Almost everything done with lighting. Once Jessica gets in, we can start running things a little bit smoother there. But I just need to make sure that I'm syncing everything here, getting this flash dialed in. Hey, I have a feeling we're gonna kind of come down to the wire here. We're almost to 15 minutes in and we still haven't gotten off a shot.
Okay, I got ready as fast as I could, and now I'm on my way back to vault.
Okay, so we're really bright already, so I'm just gonna take this back, turn this down. I'm trying to get everything kind of tweaked and lined into the correct direction. Okay, cool. We're starting to feel pretty close into getting into this space. Should I give Jessica a call and figure out where she is? Hello? Are you gonna be here soon? Okay, I'll see you then. Okay, Jessica's still about 5 minutes away, which means I can make some final tweaks before we get there. So my thought right here is we have this light on the background and we have this key going here. What can I do with 5 minutes? Well, I'd love to do a backlight extension cord.
I went with this pink Calvin Klein shirt. It's my friend Cass's, and just like a simple look, you know. Headshots you generally want to go for as like bare minimum makeup as possible, especially if you're like an actor or a model. You just want to see what your face looks like.
That's feeling a little bit better to me. We're getting this pretty bad hot spot here on the wall in the background, so pulling this away also is going to help eliminate that hot spot a little bit. Here's a warm light just coming in at a little bit. You see kind of here on my hand, we're getting a little bit of the warmer texture on it. Still going to be getting that cool from that main key. And I think we might just put a little bit of something else kind of here, but we got to wait for Jessica at this point. We don't have a lot left to do until we got a model in.
Okay, I'm here. do this. Where do you want me?
Okay, I'm so glad you were able to make it. We're getting down to the wire here. So I think you should kind of step up here onto the ladder.
Okay.
Yeah, why don't you come down so you're just kind of like that. You can rest there. Let me go ahead and take a couple of test shots. Okay, I'm feeling pretty good about this. Let me change a couple settings. I think we can get going.
What are you doing?
So my camera's going out on me. I don't know what's going on. Basically, the entire focus setting just kind of ran out on me. I don't know why, it just kind of grayed out in the settings, but we got it back. I just need to reset a couple things and we should be good to go. Okay, so we got 28 minutes left, so let's go ahead and start this. Can I see you right there? Why don't you look towards me directly? Why don't you go back on with your finger like that? Can you rotate your hand out to show your rings a little bit more? Okay, and can you take your right side of your hair and push it back behind your ear for me? Not a lot of time to waste here. We got about 15 minutes to go. Gonna pop open Lightroom, see what I can get done. Definitely a little nervous. We shot a little too much. I'm really happy with the stuff we got, but I think we should have probably stopped a little sooner to get these edits done. And my computer is glitching.
Oh.
And we already have a crash. Woo!
Oh no.
A full restart, okay. I think that's gonna cut into the time just a little bit.
Oh my god.
Let's see. Getting a re-upload. Here we go. Okay, I still got the photos. So we're not having to go too far back.
What I'm really worried about here is our time. We're already really running through time really quickly. We got about 10 minutes left overall in the challenge. We're not even through with one single photo.
I feel like a goal for this would be to be able to have like 3 solid, maybe even 2. But we'll just see what we come up with. Usually editors don't have the model in the room while they're editing the photos.
No, this is my first time. New experiences for everything.
Yeah. What are you doing on the photo now?
Just trying to. I'm really working to try to make sure the exposure within your face is good. That there's not too much that we're clipping and there's not too much we're losing in the highlights.
That was really a nice thing about doing photography with Sam, actually, or being photographed by Sam, was the like minute directions. Not every photographer I've worked with will tell you if you should move your hair or move your hand.
You know, I find myself, especially within headshots, often trying to make sure that things are looking good. And if I have a director in the room with me, you know, leaving those minute details more up to them. But if you're not having a director, stuff like this, one-man banding, it's often trying to, you know, make sure that you're working with your model and with your client to be able to deliver stuff that they can't see necessarily.
If you don't have a lot of experience, it's really nice to have somebody guiding you in that kind of way that's behind the camera. Because your first immediate thought when you're in front of the camera is, does this look okay? Or is this the right posture? Is this awkward? Is it not? You know, you want to, you know, be in your body in that way if you don't have as much experience, so.
I feel like you're starting to run in just a little too much into our time here.
Yeah.
Especially with 4 minutes left on the clock, so I'm trying to like just hustle through these next 2 edits.
But one of my favorite like types of headshot photography is ones that capture expressions. Actually, I love seeing like a grid board of like, you know, 12 different emotions or something all next to each other with just one person. It's really satisfying, and especially if you're like an actor or something, I think that is almost like a good exercise to try and do that.
10 minutes on the dot, we ran out of time, so that's what we're going to call. Let's export these and get a final review going.
Cool.
Got 3 full headshots for a review. Let's take a look at them. So here's our first one, very kind of more corporate, you on the top of the ladder. How are we feeling about this one?
I think this is great. I mean, I love a photo where someone's just looking up to the side like that. The lighting looks good on the side of my face.
And we had a lot of renditions of this one, and I personally like this one because I like it with your hair kind of untucked right here. I think it shapes the face a little bit easier. I like how the hand is more rotated out. You can see the rings, and it gives it a little bit more characteristic of kind of who you are, your kind of outfit. Here's much more of a stylized portrait, I think. Right. I like the latter. I think it gives you some more kind of texture to play on. I like the height differences that it kind of provides. I think it tells a little bit more energy than just kind of more just like you against the white wall, just kind of, you know, shoulders up. I think it's that. I actually did take a second and went ahead and did what I would probably do if we were delivering this to a client, which is extend the psych wall digitally. And then what we would do for a client is probably also touch up the floor and do that. But I mean, quickly, in a couple minutes, here's what we're getting. I enjoy the fully touched up wall. I think that has something that's nice to it there. It really feels like it just kind of extends the world. But yeah, here's our 10-minute version of what we were able to edit.
But I mean, I would hire me. I don't know. I look like I know what I'm doing. I probably know how to use a ladder based on this photo. Yeah, and I like to make psych wall too, because if I was like a renovator, or you know, I don't know, this is giving like person who does Airbnbs or something, I don't know, renovation type character, real estate agent situation also. With that extended psych wall, I would just put it on, I would use it as like a story also, and then put text up there and text on the bottom and kind of make it like this informational post or something. It could be used for a lot, so.
I think what's nice about something like this photo is like, you know, if we were to do something what you were talking about, you know, you could kind of cut the photo here, kind of right against the ladder, and then have a lot of open space over here where you could put text and logo and stuff. And so I think something like that with such a vertical height of getting the full body in works really well. I feel like this would also be like a really nice, like if you're an influencer, this is something kind of nice. It kind of creates like, oh, different jobs, you're kind of having more stories to it. Here's our last one. Very different. This was kind of your direction to go ahead and take something like this, but this is what we went ahead and got for more in motion photos.
Yeah, this is my favorite one. Like I was saying, I love photos with expression, and as someone, I used to do a lot more modeling and stuff, and it was always kind of this, you always have to have this very calm face, kind of stark expression, and very serious. And so I think as I've gotten a little bit older, I appreciate photos that have emotion in them.
3 done. I would say, why don't you what's your ranking of them?
I'm gonna have to say number 1 for like more of a classic headshot with the character is definitely this one with where I have my hand on my chin. I feel like I could use that, you know, on like LinkedIn or something. And then number 2, just because of personal preference, because I love that emotion, is the screaming. And then number 3 is the standing one, even though I think the standing one has some of the best lighting, and it's very clean cut and it's good. That would be my ranking, but they're all good. It's hard to choose.
I think I'm going to do something slightly different. I think my personal favorite is the full standing one. Nice. I love full bodies like that. I really love kind of stuff like this personally, just within portraiture. Yeah. I love portraits a lot more than headshots personally. I think then probably going into something like this, I think again, kind of portrait. I feel like there's something going on here for me. I like more than just seeing your face, giving a little bit of light texture to it, especially with the tattoos and the rings and the clothing that you picked for today. And then I think this bottom one, and I don't think this is necessarily a bad photo. I just wish we had more time to play with it, play with the emotions, play with the expressions. And I think then this one might have taken my top if we had just another 2 minutes to just play with variations.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you so much for watching the Vault Studios YouTube channel. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and drop us a comment for what challenge we should do next time. We got more photography challenges, more other challenges on the way, and a bunch of other narrative videos and product reviews coming your way. So make sure to subscribe if you want to see all the upcoming content we have.